What's good, everyone? Churcheen here. I know I'm very late on this, but a couple of days ago they announced that Dragon Ball Super Divers is basically going to be discontinued in terms of purchasing the title. Now, for those who don't know, Super Divers is basically going to be like it. It was basically going to be like the replacement for Dragon Ball Heroes. They announced it, not too long ago actually, May 9th, 2024. And the game released, if I do the math correctly, like 6 months later, and not looking very good. Now, if I'm being honest with you guys, I feel like they've really fumbled the bag because they look at this. I want to look at this real quick because this was pretty they had like a little manga, and then I think this was by Toritaro, I believe. But they had like the protagonist of Heroes of like the commercials. He just basically passing the torch. Now don't get me wrong, that shit goes hard. Like that shit goes really hard. Like they really had a lot of stuff going for it. And the thing is, like, I had to basically the way I think a lot of people probably felt the same way. But I feel like Super Diver was essentially gonna be Heroes, but basically like just better graphics and probably like new stuff in it. But they, at the same time, they also made an announcement that you cannot use like your Heroes cards in it. Like it was actually that bad. Like this guy, this dude, BooTube channel, he like just destroyed his Gogeta card. I mean, you know that shit's real. Of Gogeta Blue of all things, like that shit's real, yo. But I want to like just take a look real quick because like I feel like it just speaks for itself. So feel free to pause the video for a bit, but I just kind of like gonna go in the roster real quick. So let's just look at it, right? You got the androids, you got Bardock, Beerus, Broly, the Ginyu Force. You got the Cooler, the DBZ movies, Frieza. Of course, the Daima characters, makes sense. Gohan, Goku, Majin Buu, Supreme Kai, the Tagamis, Trunks, Vegeta, Zarba. Now, do you guys notice anything about this list? Now, don't get me wrong, they did what they were supposed to do. Like, obviously, gonna bring characters from the series. But the thing I feel like, what makes Heroes, like I think Heroes, when did it first came out? Actually, let me double check because let me just see real quick. When did Heroes first came out? 2010, and the game ended 2020, like 14 years. Why do you think the Dragon Ball Heroes lasted this long? Because you can talk shit about Dragon Ball Heroes all you want, like, oh, it's like slop, just fan service. But that fan service slop, it's what helps them to make the most money. People, like, sure, you're gonna have a Dragon Ball arcade game, fine. But what are you gonna do, like, above Heroes that make it more interesting? What can you do, just besides what Heroes has already accomplished and make it better? Because obviously, graphics alone is not gonna do anything. You're gonna have to do more than that. Because, like, sure, seeing like I know, spoiler alert, I guess, but Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 from Daima, like now that it's canon, of course you're gonna want to take advantage of that. But you don't really have any like original characters. It's just characters that pretty much everybody already seen so many times. Obviously, they can't really do nothing about that. But there's like no new like flavors. It's like. What was even the point of this rebrand? What exactly did this even accomplish? They were even gonna have apparently a full manga series, dude. Yo, like what were they thinking? What were they thinking? Now I did make a video about like how they should put Heroes to like DLC for like Sparking Zero, but I want to say like they should like just expand it even further and like license the IP like this. Subset like franchise spin-off, whatever you want to call it, and like to other games or just in general, because like we look at this, right? I want to bring up Super Dragon Ball Heroes. This is a game clearly with Heroes and like in the branding, and then it was released worldwide. It was on Switch, I think. Yeah, it was also on Steam. Yeah, right here. It was released in the United States. It wasn't. Yeah, it was not dubbed, but it was still released. We still got to play. It had a couple of updates. I don't think it went past the DBS Broly, I believe. But it still had like the Dragon Ball Heroes characters. Like, I mean, you had Bardock, like Super Saiyan 4, like stuff that people actually would care for. you know. And that's not even the other example, because we actually have had other examples of basically heroes, or basically like, I guess, hero-centric transformations appearing in other games. Like Dokkan Battle had like a lot of collaborations with heroes. I believe like it was like the last one, like 2024 was their last one, I believe. I heard something about that, but they had a lot of, I mean, just look at how many cars they had. I mean, they had God Trunks, the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, some of the original characters. I mean, and again, this is a game that you can play right now. You can like literally go on your phone right now and play it. Obviously, these are not available because these are kind of like an annual kind of thing. But again, it's this thing that still happened, and it happened worldwide. Now, there's another as well, another game I want to bring up. I don't know if you guys know this one. Let me just see. Let me just bring it up. Yeah, let me just. Again, this is a game that was released just beyond Japan. Japan, Europe, Australia, USA, Brazil. And I kind of want to get into it real quick, because one of the game's features is that you can like summon like kind of like fighters who do like these little special attacks for you. And guess who happens to be here? What is this? Again, in a game that's worldwide. Because Broly and Super Saiyan 4 Gohan, they were not introduced till Heroes came out. So, I don't know, man. You tell me. But I guess to my understanding, before I get into the other aspects, I think for one of the reasons why we don't see like, because I think the Heroes is the original, I guess, kind of like medium for it is basically arcade machines. Now, obviously, Japan, that's kind of like a niche. This article kind of basically summarizes it a bit, but basically, you know, arcade games were very big booming. I mean, you had like Pac-Man, Street Fighter, like I think Donkey Kong as well had an arcade game. I don't know, I'm not that old. But you know, Japan, you know, arcades still very long for Japan. I mean, if you look at the data right now, I think they also call it like Panchiko. Again, I'm not like, I don't live in Japan, so please excuse me if I'm wrong, but you look at the data from 2024, I mean, yeah, it has been declining, but I mean, 6.6 million alone, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. Sure, it's declining, but I mean, who knows, really? I mean, that could probably be a part for all we know, but you know, the fact that millions still play it, I mean, that still says a lot. But then, like in America, it's kind of like different, because like arcades, and I could speak from first-hand experience, because I have not seen like an arcade machine in like. And so, like, probably like in Dave and Buster's or like some GameStops, but besides that, like, they're not, you don't really see them like that. Because, like, you know, we got stuff like console. I mean, there are obviously around the world, like other countries, but it's in Japan, they still stick with them. So, you know, but what I'm trying to say is like, I don't know, they really are missing out on a lot of new concept, because look at what some of the stuff Heroes did. Like, they had Goku from the like, I know like Heroes canon is kind of iffy, but basically this is like Goku and Vegeta from like the main like the continuity, like the quote unquote canon timeline, and then you had the Goku from like the GT DBZ movies, the filler stuff together. I mean, it was a really, really cool, interesting take. And just look at their outfits, man. they got, that's cool. Like, they got the drip. Also, yeah, I want to bring up this thread right here, because it kind of also, because look at this, like Kid Buu merged with like Janemba. I think there's also Dabura as well a little bit. Xeno Vegito. I mean, that explained itself. Baby Trunks. We did technically see this in GT, but just not like fully developed. Super Saiyan 3 the future hybrids, whatever the hell this is. I'm not really a fan of this, but like, just look at this, man. Super Saiyan 4, like, it's like, you don't even need to make sense. Like, you know, like fuck the canon, right? Fuck the canon. Just basically do fan service. And again, it's an arcade. It's like literally this arcade franchise. You don't need to make sense. Just like literally, just do more slap. People are not gonna complain about that. You know, that's basically its main selling point. Like Broly Super Saiyan 4, Lord Slug. I mean, just, like you can look at this and be like, yeah, it's just Gogeta with like a compression shirt, but it just goes raw. I would definitely buy this, like even as a costume. I would pay good money just to play as him, dude. Like adult Gotenks as well. I mean, this is like probably like one of the things from Heroes I really want them to become canon because it's just insane. What else do they have? Yeah, Golden Cooler, original character. This is very interesting. Like an evil Asian Saiyan, like a Broly type character. God Trunks. Actually, they're gonna make a Super Saiyan 4 of Trunks, but they couldn't do it because like they couldn't decide the hair color. Which is already dumb. Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, like Berserk God forms, Golden Metal Cooler, Super Saiyan 4. Like, dude, like before like Heroes made this episode or everything, like how many like so much fan art, like how many theories, how many like debates have people been making just to see this happen. Obviously Heroes kind of does his own thing with it, but you can't just disagree with me and tell me like this isn't like one of like such a hype moment to witness, dude. Like Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito, like for Gogeta, like dude, especially this shit right here. Like, yeah, that shit just goes hard. Yeah, it's just amazing. Even like giving like some of the villains exclusive form, like whatever the hell, this like legendary evil, and like look at this man, Raditz who already has long hair, they still give him like Super Saiyan 3. Like you gotta understand what I'm trying to say. They know what clicks with people. Like you don't even need to make sense. Just do some, I don't know, just some gimmick or something, and boom, there you go. People are gonna buy it. You know, it's like a big seller. You know, and actually, speaking of sales, I kind of want to bring up this chart real quick because again, this is from Dokkan, so obviously it may not reflect to like Dragon Ball. This may not apply to everybody, but it does offer kind of like a good example of like what clicks with people. So I want to go specifically. I'll definitely leave a link down below to this one, but I want to go real quick into like this is basically the 20 best performing band. Now this is I think up to year 8, so I think this is probably around like 2022, I believe. Yeah, the 7th anniversary. And I want to look at something real quick, right? Let's look at the top banners, right? Vegito and Gogeta. Now these ones actually become blue. For those who don't play the game, you got Super Vegito and Super Gogeta. These ones also dual fusions, but you know, God Goku and Vegeta, the Super Saiyan 4s. Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. Obviously, Namek Goku and versus. I mean, that's iconic, so it makes sense. Then you have like Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Vegeta, another Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in there. Super Saiyan 4, Gogeta, Ultra Instinct. I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously it makes sense. Like the God forms. Gohan versus Cell. I mean, again, that's an iconic moment, so it makes sense. Ultra Instinct, Vegito, Gogeta, Broly, Vegeta Evolution. But let's see what else. This is from like the Cooler movie. This is like New Year's, so this one basically contains like characters from at least like the whole year. It's a different situation, but like, it kind of still counts. Then you have like, oh yeah, this is like from Superhero. Then you have like Dragon Fist Goku right here, and then the Vegeta Goku Black. But like you guys see what I'm trying to see. Like notice how like most of like the top 20 involve a character that is either a fusion or has like a transformation, right? Like notice how like no original Dragon Ball represented. Like it's insane. But they know what clicks with people. People love to see Super Saiyan. People love to see fusions or whatever wacky transformation is involved. You know, people are not trying to see like there's nothing wrong with having like characters that like from the main canon, but if you're not gonna do anything above that and just do original characters to make people like enticed to play the game, then I don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, people are not gonna play this game just for freaking Raditz or Recruit. They're gonna want to play this game because they want to see, I don't know, let's say for example like Gotenks Super Saiyan Rage or Super Saiyan 4 I don't know, Goten or something, you know? It's like, you see what I'm trying to say here. So it's like, and then it's like with manga, and like spoiler alert. So I'm very sorry, but feel free to leave the video for this. But we're not gonna see like manga characters for a very long time. Now we have had recent interviews like Iyoku, who was basically like the right hand man of Toriyama. You know, apparently he said like Daima was in the 40th anniversary. Apparently he kind of did say that in the interview. It's kind of vague when I read it, because he said like Daima wasn't just 40th anniversary, but it was in line for. So take the overview. But the point I'm trying to make here is that we're not going to see manga characters, because I'm pretty sure I can speak for a lot of people. We are dying to see like Ultra Ego Vegito. We're trying to see Moro, Granola, all the other manga characters into the games, but obviously that's not going to happen anytime soon, because there's like some sort of like drama behind the scenes. Bird Suitor, Croatia, whatever band. I forgot who else was involved, but it's clear to me that stuff like this is not going to be handled in such a short amount of time, you know. So, and then that's like what I'm saying, like do at least some original concept in the meantime, because I'm pretty like Sparking Zero and like Xenoverse, like those games, you can make like years. I'm talking not just 1 year or 3 years, probably even a decade if I'm going crazy enough. But you can go that crazy, like so much content with just like what if here, like transformations, heroes, centric characters, original characters that people will probably care, like Humber. People will want to like pay for that, you know. And like people might be thinking, well, I don't want hero characters in my games. Well, sorry, buddy. Like it's DLC. You don't have to buy it. But how are you gonna tell me like Super Saiyan 4 Vegito's not gonna like do well? Like you can't disagree with that. Like if you put him in like DLC, I can guarantee, bro, you're gonna make the game more alive. I know there's mods and stuff like that already for that, but I'm talking from like an official basis. Just imagine how much more profit they can make if they like just bring it in. I don't think it's impossible for them to make a hero's character. I don't understand like the legal boundaries that much, but seeing how like we've seen heroes characters like with other games, like I said, like Extreme Botoden, for example. Also Dragon Ball Fusions, because they also do some wacky stuff. Actually, let me. I kind of want to look at them real quick. Let me just see real quick. Playable Fusion characters. I mean, just look at this. Look, like fusions. Like this was not introduced in like it was in Heroes later on. Wait, what? It was in Heroes? Well, either way, it's still like introduced like kind of like some new concept, like a fusion of like future Gohan and Trunks together. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And like Sparking Zero, they did something similar with like, you know, Gohan Black. Let me just because where is oh my god, I hate this. I'm trying to like make a point here, but then Wikipedia just kind of ruins it. But yeah, I mean, just look at this, man. Introduce new concepts, like make people go crazy about it, man. Like they're just like they're not going that, like they're not thinking enough. It feels to me like Marvel What If, because if you guys seen Marvel What If, like the MCU, like that shit is so like fucking garbage, because they don't even try hard enough to actually make interesting things, like new ideas or something. It's just I don't get it. Like imagine, bro, imagine this: Beast Gohan, like Rose Black. Imagine that. Can you imagine how crazy that would be? Stacking Beast, Goku Black, Gohan Beast, Rose on top of it. Like, imagine that, dude. Imagine how much hype, how much profit that will garner. I mean, these are games. Isn't the anime where we have to kind of worry about worry about the canon or any of that, you know? It's just simply just allowing fans to have basically with new takes on the characters and just, you know, fan service. Again, it's literally a video game. You are playing a video game to be entertaining, to have fun. This isn't like a Christopher Nolan movie or some shit like that. But like, I just don't understand, because there's just so many concepts that they could really take advantage of. I mean, Super Saiyan God fusions, right? We have not even. I mean, we've seen Shallot, but I'm talking like Goku and Vegeta doing fusion. We've never seen that. We have never like seen that officially. It's just so weird to me, dude. But But yeah, let me know what you guys think of Dragon Ball Heroes, kind of like this stuff, because I'm telling you, bro, they really fumbled the fucking bag. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. Wait, what did this guy say? Oh, it's deleted. Actually, let me see this. Yeah, they didn't even have some of their cards to talk. Yeah, that is bad, dude. That is really bad. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I personally think that you should license the heroes. Go crazy. I don't care if it doesn't make sense. I don't care if it breaks the canon, dude. I'll be honest with you, I do not give a single shit. If it's in the anime, that's a different story. But this is a video game we're talking about. I'm not talking just Spark and Zero. I'm not talking about just xenoverse 3, hypothetically speaking. It's just lies. Like, I don't know what they're doing, because like if they can't do manga, well, do heroes. I think it's a Bandai IP. I don't know how it works legally speaking, but again, just go crazy. Like go crazy for the fans, dude. It's a like you're not losing much. The world is not gonna like change if you're not gonna do like it's not the end of the world basically. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys disagree or like the video, please let me down below. If you guys like what you see, please consider subscribing. And yeah, thank you guys for listening, and take care. And as always, stay sashimi. See ya, guys. Peace.